Pope Francis, a figure of global influence, issued an apology. His offense, using a term considered derogatory towards LGBTQ+ individuals. The word, uttered during an informal conversation, sent ripples of hurt and disappointment through the LGBTQ+ community and allies worldwide. This incident has once again brought the complex relationship between the Catholic Church and LGBTQ+ individuals into the spotlight. How can we reconcile this misstep with Pope Francis's previous overtures of empathy towards the LGBTQ+ community? As a Jesuit priest, an advocate for LGBTQ+ Catholics, I believe it's crucial to examine this situation with nuance and hope. While the sting of hurtful language cannot be ignored, it's equally important to acknowledge the significance of a papal apology and its potential to spark dialogue and understanding. This event presents a crucial opportunity for introspection, both within the Church and beyond, about the impact of language and the ongoing pursuit of LGBTQ+ inclusion. We are called to approach this situation with empathy, recognizing the hurt caused while remaining hopeful for progress. This incident reminds us that the journey towards full inclusion is far from over. It necessitates open hearts, honest conversations, and a commitment to building bridges of understanding and respect. The Church, as a reflection of its followers, is not immune to the complexities of human fallibility and growth. This incident, while disheartening, presents an opportunity for learning, healing, and renewed commitment to the Gospel's message of love and compassion for all. During a private audience, Pope Francis used a term considered offensive towards gay men. The comment, though seemingly casual, quickly spread, sparking outrage and disappointment among LGBTQ+ communities and allies. Many expressed hurt and anger, feeling betrayed by a figure seen as an advocate for marginalized groups. Social media became a platform for both criticism and calls for dialogue. LGBTQ+ Catholics in particular voiced their pain, feeling torn between their faith and their identity. The incident underscored the deep wounds caused by discriminatory language, even when unintentional. The public reaction highlighted the power of words, especially those spoken by influential figures. It served as a stark reminder that language can wound, alienate, and perpetuate harmful stereotypes. The incident ignited discussions about the importance of sensitivity and education, particularly within institutions like the Catholic Church. This situation emphasizes the need for ongoing dialogue between the Church and LGBTQ+ communities. Open and honest conversations are crucial to fostering understanding, healing past hurts, and building a more inclusive future for all. The incident, while painful, has inadvertently opened a door for these essential conversations to occur. Pope Francis has a complex history with the LGBTQ+ community. His famous "Who am I to judge" statement in 2013 offered a glimmer of hope for a more welcoming church. He has also met with LGBTQ+ groups, advocating for their dignity and opposing discrimination. However, his papacy has also seen reaffirmations of traditional church teachings on homosexuality and same-sex marriage. His support for pastoral accompaniment for LGBTQ+ individuals, while well-intentioned, has often been interpreted as insufficient by those seeking full inclusion. This recent incident, unfortunately, echoes past statements and actions that have caused pain within the LGBTQ+ community. The use of hurtful language, even if unintentional, can undermine previous gestures of empathy and understanding. It's crucial to acknowledge this duality in evaluating Pope Francis's stance on LGBTQ+ issues. While he has demonstrated a willingness to engage with the LGBTQ+ community in a way that his predecessors haven't, his words and actions haven't always aligned with a message of full inclusion. This incident underscores the ongoing tension between the Church's traditional teachings and the lived experiences of LGBTQ+ Catholics. It highlights the need for continued dialogue, reflection, and a deeper understanding of the complexities surrounding sexual orientation and gender identity. Despite this recent setback, it's essential to acknowledge the positive steps Pope Francis has taken towards LGBTQ+ inclusion. His emphasis on mercy and compassion has resonated with many, signifying a potential shift in the Church's approach to LGBTQ+ individuals. His willingness to meet with LGBTQ+ Catholics and listen to their stories is a significant departure from the past. These encounters, while often private, represent a willingness to engage in dialogue and recognize the humanity of LGBTQ+ individuals. Furthermore, Pope Francis has consistently condemned violence and discrimination against LGBTQ+ people, advocating for their dignity and rights. His strong stance against bullying and social exclusion has offered solace to many LGBTQ+ individuals struggling with acceptance. His papacy has witnessed a growing number of LGBTQ+ outreach ministries within the Church. These groups, often operating with the tacit approval of local bishops, provide pastoral care and support to LGBTQ+ Catholics and their families. While acknowledging the Church's traditional teachings on homosexuality, Pope Francis has emphasized the importance of pastoral accompaniment for LGBTQ+ individuals. This approach, though subject to interpretation, suggests a move away from judgment and towards a more compassionate understanding of sexual orientation and gender identity. The incident also exposed the deep divisions within the Church regarding LGBTQ+ inclusion. Conservative factions swiftly condemned any interpretation of the Pope's words as supportive of same-sex relationships. They reiterated traditional teachings, emphasizing the sinfulness of homosexual acts. This pushback highlights the ongoing resistance to change within certain sectors of the Church. Traditionalists view any deviation from established doctrine as a threat to the Church's authority and moral compass. The conservative response underscores the challenges in reconciling traditional teachings with evolving societal norms and scientific understanding of sexual orientation and gender identity. This tension is likely to persist, creating obstacles on the path towards full LGBTQ+ inclusion. Despite the resistance, progressive voices within the Church continue to advocate for LGBTQ+ individuals. Theologians, priests, and lay Catholics are engaging in critical dialogue, seeking interpretations of doctrine that embrace both tradition and compassion. The path forward requires navigating these contrasting viewpoints with sensitivity and respect. Open discussions, rooted in scripture and tradition, are essential to bridging the divide and discerning a way forward that upholds the dignity of all people. The impact of the Pope's words extended far beyond the Vatican walls. International LGBTQ+ organizations expressed disappointment, highlighting the global influence of the Catholic Church and its leader. The incident sparked conversations about religious freedom versus hate speech, raising questions about the balance between protecting religious beliefs and promoting inclusivity. In countries where the Church holds significant sway, the incident fueled existing tensions surrounding LGBTQ+ rights. Conservative groups may interpret the Pope's apology as a retreat from traditional values, potentially hindering progress on LGBTQ+ issues in those regions. However, the incident also provided an opportunity for LGBTQ+ advocacy groups worldwide to amplify their calls for equality and inclusion. They urged religious institutions, including the Catholic Church, to reflect on their role in promoting understanding and acceptance of LGBTQ+ individuals. The global response to this incident underscores the interconnectedness of LGBTQ+ issues in the 21st century. The Catholic Church, with its vast global reach, has a unique responsibility to promote dialogue and understanding on these issues, recognizing the dignity and humanity of all people, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. This incident serves as a potent reminder of the power of language, especially when wielded by individuals in positions of authority. Words have the ability to wound, marginalize, and perpetuate harmful stereotypes. This is particularly true for religious leaders, whose words carry significant weight and can influence the beliefs and actions of millions. Pope Francis's apology, while a positive step, cannot erase the hurt caused by his initial words. It underscores the need for greater sensitivity and awareness among public figures, particularly regarding language that can perpetuate discrimination and prejudice. This incident highlights the importance of accountability. Leaders, religious or otherwise, must be held responsible for their words and actions. Apologies are essential, but they must be accompanied by genuine efforts to learn, grow, and enact positive change. The incident serves as a call to action for all of us to be mindful of our language and its potential impact. We must strive to create inclusive environments where everyone feels respected and valued, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Despite the hurt and disappointment caused by this incident, seeds of hope remain. The Pope's apology, while overdue, signals a willingness to acknowledge past mistakes and engage in dialogue. It presents an opportunity for the Church to reflect on its stance on LGBTQ+ issues and chart a more inclusive path forward. The incident has sparked crucial conversations both within and outside the Church. These dialogues, while often difficult, are essential for fostering understanding and building bridges between the Church and LGBTQ+ communities. The increasing visibility and acceptance of LGBTQ+ individuals in society at large is also a source of hope. As more people come out and share their stories, it challenges long-held prejudices and fosters empathy and compassion. The path forward requires a multifaceted approach. The Church must continue to engage in dialogue with LGBTQ+ individuals, listening to their experiences and perspectives. Theological reflection, informed by both tradition and contemporary understanding of sexual orientation and gender identity, is essential. This incident, while painful, presents an opportunity for growth and reconciliation. It highlights the importance of open and honest dialogue between the Church and LGBTQ+ communities. Building bridges of understanding requires empathy, compassion, and a willingness to listen and learn from one another. The Church, as a beacon of hope and love, has a crucial role to play in creating a more just and compassionate world for all. Embracing LGBTQ+ individuals as valued members of the Church is not a departure from its teachings, but rather a fulfillment of its mission to love and serve all of God's children. The journey towards full inclusion is ongoing, marked by both progress and setbacks. This incident, while disheartening, reminds us that the pursuit of justice and equality requires constant vigilance, unwavering commitment, and a steadfast belief in the transformative power of dialogue and understanding. Let us seize this opportunity to build bridges of empathy and create a Church that truly reflects the love and compassion of Christ, welcoming all with open arms and open hearts.